all of a sudden, there's this explosion. He's puffed himself up, and if you get too close, it'll whip you. Good morning, pups. Look at that. That was a brush-tailed bettong. And when he does pop up, crack him around the neck. Sweet. Well, I'll see you later on. Hero. All right, let's go feed some dingoes. Oh, he's carrying my reptile books around with me. I love to go out herping. I'm yet to find a death adder, but I'm looking forward to the day that I do. Morning, couch. We're gonna feed the dingoes. I usually like to come over to this rock here and have a look up at the range. So I reckon I got one of the best officers in the world. So I try to appreciate it as much as I can, yeah. Gee, bye jingos, let's feed dingoes. This is our nature theatre, so this is where we start off some of our mornings. All of this is where we keep our birds. You can have a bit of a peek in if you feel like it. And there you go, there's a black-breasted buzzard staring right back at you. So we've got our little windows, it's quite nice. This is our prep area. Our dingoes, they are a little bit spoilt. Chicken necks and roux meat we've got this morning. That's what's on the menu for our dingoes. There we go. 40, right on the dot. You can have a look at Sonder too if you'd like. I always check on him in the mornings. He's looking very fluffy in the rain. So, the dingoes that we're about to see are Chilpy and Min Min. They're our new puppy dingoes. They're quite cute and very, very excitable, especially when it comes to tucker time. Good morning, pups. Coming through. Let's go and get some tucker. Look, Chilpy's already finished his guts. Dingoes, of course, Australian native dogs. They'll hunt a range of different things. They'll hunt everything from tiny little grasshoppers all the way up to animals that are the size of fully grown kangaroos. I better go pick up some poo while I'm here. I get paid to do it. Most people do it for free with their own dogs. So, although dingo poo, a little bit smellier than dog poo, I think. So from a tiny little 2-year-old, all that I wanted to do was be like my uncle and do everything that he did, which was handle reptiles, train birds of prey, and everything in between, spend a lot of time in the bush. So that's exactly what I did. My uncle always told me, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I'm pretty proud to say I never really have. Yeah, I've been hanging out with Sonder for about 2 years now. He wasn't the fondest of me at the start, but we've started to gain a pretty good relationship nowadays. We'll walk over and he'll go choop, choop, choop. Walk up to the glove. Oh, that was cute, look, he's preening himself. Big females can get to about 6 kilos and have a wingspan like this. You can see why they're such an apex predator. Go, go. That's called a rouse. Emus, of course, are very, very curious animals. The males, they'll make this drumming noise. And that's their way of communicating. Wildpree people used to sit behind a log or something like that and shimmy your number 7 back and forth, and the emu would come up for a bit of a look, and when he does pop up, bang, crack him around the neck. I also chuck the boomerang, hit their legs, and once the legs are gone, then the rest of the animal is. This is a dead finish plant. It's got these spikes on it, you can see. You can stick into warts, so a bit of a bush medicine. They're processionary caterpillars. They call them itchy grubs as well. They're the last thing that you want to touch. You want to guess why? They're pretty itchy. Here at the desert park, what we're trying to replicate is all of the different scenes that you'd see within 500 kilometres of the Alice Springs region. These ones here, a mini red mulga tree. I really like them. And all of these trees are bloodwood trees. The sap out of them can be used like an antiseptic. I was talking earlier about parentes. I always wanted to see one my whole entire life. And I'm walking along and all of a sudden, there's this explosion of movement, and I've looked down and there's this 2-metre lizard that's curled itself up. He's puffed himself up and bellowing with his great big neck and curved his tail right back. Because what they'll do is if you get too close, they'll whip you. Yeah, really cool, because obviously I loved parentes and I'd always wanted to see one. This is Greg. Hey Greg, ghostly gum trees. We've got fish. We've got 9 different species of desert fish. This is one of our aviaries, so it's just demonstrating all of the bird species that you would get throughout your desert rivers environment. It's about feed time. You'll hear them all now. So that's why everyone's a little bit hangsty and keen to hang out with us, yeah. Culture is still practiced out here so regularly, which is something that's really important about the territory as well. It definitely fills my heart with joy to know that I'm in one of the cultural hubs of the world. My mob are from down south. We haven't got much culture left, so to be able to come up here, pretty special to see it happening all around you as well. You're walking down the street, there's children talking language to each other. You're walking along, there's people selling paintings, and it just shows just how important it is to us here that culture stays alive. It's something that's very, very important.
Where are we going now?
Nocturnal house. So these are our thorny devils, and they can actually soak up water through their skin. What do you think of my thorny devil spill, Penelope? Thanks. That's a death adder I was talking about. Fastest striking snake in the whole entire world. Bearded dragon, pygmy mulga monitors. This fella here is a Woma python. You can see he's flicking his tongue there. He's trying to see if there's any lizards about because that's what he likes to eat. Orb spiders are really cool. Their web is so strong they can catch birds in it. And I know this because I've seen it firsthand. I was heading out to the back of Emily Gap and this wren's gone across the road like that. He's gone, hit something, went over and had a look. Sure enough, he was stuck in an orb spider's web. I felt a little bit sorry for the wren, so I did get him out and let him go, untangled him, which I think the spider wasn't very happy with me about, but to make up for it, I went and got a grasshopper and put it in there instead. Now, emus lay the second largest egg in the whole entire world. There's not too many animals that can get into this egg. There is one bird in particular that makes short work out of the emu egg, and that is the black-breasted buzzard. Now, black-breasted buzzards love eggs of all sorts. Now, you would have noticed our black-breasted buzzard has just picked up a rock and cracked open that egg. This lovely lady here is an eastern barn owl, Major Mitchell's cockatoos. This bloke here, however, he is a whistling kite. We do have 9 different species of desert fish, and whistling kites can knock them off the surface of the water just like that. He hasn't got to compete with ospreys or sea eagles, which means he has an extra food source all to himself. Watch him come in, folks, here we go. Awesome stuff. It's not too often people get to see wedge-tail eagles flying in like that. If we could see as well as a wedge-tail eagle could, we could read the headline of a newspaper from the top of that range there. Anyway, folks, that does bring our show to an end for the day. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a thing or two along the way. I'll sum it up nice and quickly for you, folks. You can't save something you don't love, and you can't love something you don't understand. So the first step is come to a spot like this. Go for a bushwalk with the little ones. Whatever you do to expose yourself and them, I can promise you right now, it is going to make the world of difference. That's my 2 cents for the day, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to stay around for a yarn, feel free to do so. I'm going to go chuck him back, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of the park. Thanks very much. This is a hill that I fly my eagle off, so we call it Nature Theatre Hill. It's good fitness coming up here every day too. Look at that. That was a brush-tail bettong. We breed them pretty heavily here at Park, which is something we're quite proud of. Yeah, it's pretty beaut country out here. In Barntois, Alice Springs. Well, I reckon that's about a day for me. Let's head on out to Simpsons Gap there. Go and have a bit of a look at what we can find out that way. Simpsons Gap! It's not a bad spot for the drive home from work. So go for a bit of a strundle, eh? I'll stop in here quite frequently after I've finished up for the day. It's great herping up and down the road too. You can find lots of reptiles, and it's something that people don't realise. They reckon that you have to go on this big trek out into the desert, but very simply, you can hop in a car, or even there's a bike track. Hop on the bike track, rent some bikes, come out to Simpsons Gap. Yeah, you can just feel how magical a spot like this is. Have a look at it. Not a lot beats that.